Good day everybody. Welcome back to another little chinwag here under the big oak tree, or Mr. Oak as I've been calling him since I've been here. There's a Miss Oak and a Mr. Oak. This is Mr. Oak. So we're taking shelter at the moment, folks. I decided to piddle it down with rain. This is my last day in Dorset here. Beautiful Dorset. Had a really nice time here volunteering, doing some help exchange work and staying in an unbelievable place. So this is a little walk that I've been doing every day to this oak tree. You walk through some beautiful heathland here every day without fail. There's been deer, wild deer running about. I've just passed two packs, if that's what you call them, two groups of deer, at least 30 to 40 in each group, you know, just walking here. Takes about 3/4 of an hour. Anyway folks, about today's chinwag, the topic is that I personally never feel alone when I'm on my own in nature. So if that makes sense, let me explain. So quite often I'm on my own when I'm going hiking, when I'm on adventures, when I'm not with my girlfriend. I'm always doing stuff by myself, and like today I've been on a nice little hike around Portland, actually, around the coast there a little bit. But I've just come back here now, as like I just said, this is my last evening, so I love this walk that I do here. So I just wanted to do it one more time, even though the weather's grim, but I love it anyway. But that adds to the feeling of not feeling lonely, even the rain, you know. I just like coming here now. I've been surrounded by deer. I've seen 2 hares, big rabbits, if you don't know what a hare is. The rain I just don't feel lonely when I'm out in nature, even with the plants. Sitting with Mr. Oak here, who's been here for hundreds of years. I genuinely never feel lonely when I'm on my own, even in general really, I guess. I never feel lonely in that aspect. I suppose that's quite fortunate, but when out in nature, you're just taking everything, just look at everything, and everything's alive, you know. The trees, the birds, the amount of birds, the different birds I've seen here, the different sounds, the different tweets that they have. I just can't emphasize enough that I just never feel lonely when I'm in nature. And I was just thinking about this today when I was taking a hike just now, really, even more so, you know. I just you don't have to be with human beings or another human being to be less lonely. I mean, I felt more lonely surrounded by people than I do now, for example, on my own, sitting with Mr. Oak, just seeing loads of deer, just been spending about 10 to 15 minutes with them, properly standing there engaging with them, you know, just staring at each other and being curious about one another. You know, they're curious of me, I'm curious of them. I just feel more connected here than I do sometimes if I'm in a city. If I'm in a big city full of people I don't know, and I'm walking down a big street, it's chock-a-block with people. Shouldn't feel lonely, should I? But sometimes you do, you know, you can feel lonely amongst many people. And like, not just this hike here, I'm talking every hike I do when I'm on my own, I never really feel lonely because of the nature that surrounds me, and there's no reason to feel lonely, you know. Every tree, every plant, I'm just repeating myself now, I know that, but I just want to reiterate people, if that's the right word. When you go out there, when you go out into nature, I suppose I'm trying to promote solo hiking as well, in a way. You know, don't feel like you're going to be lonely when you go out there hiking on your own. Sometimes it's some of the best experiences you'll have because you are just engaged in that moment and in what you're looking at and what you're connecting with. You know, you don't have any of the distraction of anyone else kind of showing you, oh, look at this, just take a look at this, and oh, look what I've seen over here. There's none of that, you know. You see something, you're just focused, zoned in on that, and that's it. Sometimes it's the best if you can get used to it. If it's something you want to do, get used to your own company a bit more, and being happier in your own company, and not needing people, because this goes back to solo travel and something else I promote, you know. If you're happy within your own company and you're comfortable doing things on your own, you're going to do a lot more stuff, you're going to see a lot more things. I mean, we're going off topic a little bit here, but if I would have needed to have gone with someone everywhere I've been in the world, I wouldn't have gone to 3/4 of the places that I've been, because no one would have been able to go, or wouldn't have wanted to go, or wouldn't have had the time to go, or the money to go, or whatever, you know. It's just, that's life. Busy lives. Everyone's got busy lives. But going back to the original subject, folks, myself with Mr. Oak here. Let me just go down for the end of the video, if I can just bear with me 1 second. I've had to come under here, folks, because I'm sheltering from the rain. I was wanting to do it from these, I usually sit on here. Check that out. It's a proper little seat, a natural seat. Well, the rain's stopping a little bit now, but it's wet under there, isn't it? This is me and Mr. Oak. I've pretty much come to see him every day since I've been here. He's a beauty. And this is the heathland. It's just a big long strip, and it goes back there to where I'm staying. And yeah, it's just deer galore, man, deer galore. We've got loads of wild mushrooms growing here now. There's a beautiful stream down there. It looks like a little oasis, actually. I'll be doing a video on that. By the time you see this, it might be out anyway, so check the description for the link on that. I'm talking about a video of around here. I went deer hunting, or deer spotting I should say, not deer hunting, deer spotting. Wow, unbelievable, man. Just by myself, obviously. I don't need anyone here to do that, because they're just running wild. You just come here and they're generally out. They're all going that way now, because their beds seem to be that way. They always go that way at this time of the night. So that's why I was passing by a couple of the groups of them there. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna head back now. I've left it proper late in the day. I don't know what the light's gonna be like on this video. It's not too bad, I don't think. But darker nights now, folks, darker nights. So yes, get out into nature. Just take everything in and don't feel lonely out there. Everything around you is alive. Everything. The rocks, the mountains, the hills, those trees, these brambles here, these things that look dead but they're not dead. They're just waiting for next year, folks. They're just waiting for next year. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this subject. Anyway, how do you feel when you go out there? Like I say, even this rain hitting my face, it just, for some reason, it just makes me feel not lonely. Like Mother Earth is here with me. Is this sounding a bit hippie-ish now? I don't know. I'm just telling you how I feel, folks. Anyways, until the next one, stay chirpy. Get yourself down to Dorset if you fancy somewhere in the UK to have a real nice adventure, see some wild deer. Take care, folks.